Hey everybody, welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. All right, super early for me this morning, but I'm live and I'm ready to work. I actually got a chance to hang out with my author friends this morning on Tish Bouvier's channel. She was doing a writing sprint and I started my work with them. And now I'm going to message my friend Anne because she wanted to know when was I starting. Okay, I'm live now. So I hope you guys are doing well this morning. I'd love for you to drop in the comments what your goals are for your writing today. Today I got up at 6. I just woke up and I was like, well, might as well just start my day. Awesome. And so I was just early rising this morning, about a clock. And I was like, okay, what can I do with this time? So I went over my Google Slides that I'm doing a presentation this evening. Hey, Tish, I'm going to be doing how to launch right here on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming that. So we have 6 people that signed up for that Eventbrite that are brand new. Sally signed up, so she's the only one out of the group that you guys might recognize a name. So maybe I'll get to meet some new author friends tonight at 7 o'clock. So I went through and kind of did a little bit of tweaks here and there on the Google Slides, things that I've still, you learn something new every day, every week. And so I just wanted to update it and kind of put some fresh topics on there. And then closed that out and started messaging my friends on Tish's stream. Tish, thanks for getting me started this morning. Tish is over here with me on Twitch. If anybody's over on YouTube and going, wait, and so is Ann. Ann's eating breakfast. But it got me started, and I'm doing my edits for the Fae of Averlee, but I'm not rewriting the book like I did with Bad to the Bone. I'm like just getting straight to reading, fixing, changing. It's already went through a ton of beta readers from a fantasy group. So I had this one, the first 12 chapters already checked. And that's why I don't want to start over because I'm too far into the process to kind of try to start it over again. Got some excellent commentary from beta readers and went in and already made those changes, but I didn't delete anything. I left all of their comments still on the sides because I knew when I walked back into it, I wanted to see, oh, I love this line, or oh, you need to pull the reader here and think of this way. Because that way, if I could do more or advance the work, then I needed to see their edits, their comments. So it's really, sometimes we can be really quick to resolve an issue when we're editing if we're having a beta reader look at things. My advice to you is do not take those out if you're still in the editing phase. Wait till later to do that because it could really be helpful for you to see again with fresh eyes how your readers responded to certain scenes or dialogue, and then you might be able to, put some new twist or just something you might add to it. That's all I'm saying. I'm on my cup of coffee. I cannot think of much words after that. Just don't delete, don't resolve, edits. Because man, it's like you want to do it because it's almost like you're balling it up and throwing each one away. Like, oh, I've accomplished this. Oh, I've accomplished that. But if you're doing extensive rounds, like I try to do at least 5 rounds of edits. That's kind of like my magic number when it comes to edits. I like to think of it as like a UFC round. For championship rounds because I'm a little corny. So I, of course, I get that first draft done and I'm editing as I go with that one. After I get that first draft, then I beta read out, or I'm doing it simultaneously. So then I've got all that, and then I went in after beta reads and I did edits to their beta reads. And now I'm in actually the 3rd round now. of the edits, and that's just me reading straight through after I haven't been in that book since June 4th. And I know that because when I pulled up my copy, it was the last day that I had made any edits to the book. So I had stepped away and wrote The Sunday Killer during that time, an adult thriller. So completely took me out of the middle grades. Like, hey, good to have you here. We've got Tish and Ann. They're over on Twitch. They're hanging out. Um, so yeah, I'm in the middle of now going through my middle grades. So I'm going and kind of switching gears again and going back into something I absolutely love. I'm going to tell you guys, yesterday, you missed what? Let's see. Oh, did you miss Tish's earlier? You talking about Tish's? Um, Yesterday, I thought I had lost my edits. I thought I'd lost my manuscript. And I was sitting here live and I kept looking and I was like, where's it at? Where's it at? I pulled up another computer, had it sitting in my lap. I was like trying not to panic because I was on live and it was on a different Google Drive. Guys, like, yeah, hey Nick, it's good to have you here. Yeah, Tish, Nick's here. Nick's over on YouTube. If you want to join Nick over there, you guys could pop over on YouTube if you want to. He said he had missed your sprints earlier, Tish. You guys can all just pop over if you want and pop in on in YouTube. But y'all, I took a picture, I renamed that joker. Like I was kind of like freaking out yesterday because I thought I had lost it. And the reason why I knew is because I had kind of memorized. Oh, Tish said she's trying to get you on Twitch, Nick. If he's not ready for Twitch, just get on over there, YouTube. But but I had renamed it. I did everything. I was like, what in the world? Where's my book? And I memorized that I had 28,000 words, right? And so when I went to check my initial word count and it said 26,000, I'm like, where did the 2,000 words go that I wrote? Where did all this happen? Oh my gosh, that's when I went into this, like, I was trying to be calm and cool, but my insides were like, what? Chaos. So be careful with your manuscripts, y'all. That's all I'm saying. And now I'm working in the Fae of Averlee, and I have renamed this thing, and it's like I put the actual date, 7/28. I mean, it's like I took pictures. Trust me, I can't lose this thing. But because I absolutely love this book so much. So I'm still, let's see, how far have I gotten into these edits before we get started in our editing sprint? You tell me what you guys are working on. Okay, I'm in chapter 4. It's called I Must Find My Parents. She's living with Aunt Sarah in Uncle Rennie right now. Okay. And I'm going to set the timer. Hey, Tish made it. Tish is now with us. Yeah, what time do y'all normally get up? Like, what's your morning routine? Because I get up at 7:07, and Tish has already finished her writing sprints by then. Because she's on a different time zone than me. But I'm telling you guys, that 7:07 is like my number. But this morning I was up at 6, so I got to hang out. Oh, Nick, you're writing a kid's book. Hugs through the screen. You know how much I love children's books. Yeah, and they're all over on YouTube. Come hang out. Tish, you are the champion, girl. Sick. Tish is getting up, y'all. 3:30 a.m. What? God. No, no, no. No, no. Can't handle it. Oh, Nick, that's so great. I love it so much. And so that's like the best motivation ever. The best. Tish and I, we've talked about, who are you writing for? And I'm always including like family names. Like I can't help it. I bet you are, Tish. I bet you going to bed at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I bet you eating supper and then crashing. So when homeschool starts, I'm not, so y'all, I'm serious. Homeschool's going to start August the 10th. I start back to work on Monday. We are having to go to work next week. Oh, the boys like Brinkley. I'm so glad. One of my author friends, she read Brinkley to her kid, and her kid, she recorded her kid hanging like out the window, like looking, not hanging out the window, good gosh, like, looking up at the window, like, where's he at? Where's Brinkley? And was telling me the whole story of Brinkley, and it's recorded in a kid's voice. It's the cutest thing ever. It's like the best review that can never be a review on YouTube, on Amazon. Oh, Anne's now over here with us on YouTube. Go on, Anne. So I am. Thanks, Tish. So my newest book, Nick, I wrote a kid's book last week, and it's because I had a viewer to email me because I put up on YouTube that I was going to start making some more educational videos because when I go back to work, we're going to need a lot of digital supports. So someone said, I need help in filling out a form. When I start to fill out a form, I start to kind of lose my way in it. And so I thought the best way to do this is to create a book where a kid has to fill out a form. The parent can, have their guide, and then they can also teach their kids. So they're taking that ownership role too, and it's giving them a greater motivation. So, because I do work with a lot of English learners, so it's great that I can put, date of birth in there, and it's, DOB, and then have a teacher's guide and stuff to explain these are ways to fill out a form. And so I just wrote My Fly Felix and Me, and it's my first job. And so it's about a little kid who is turning into a fly. And so he has to have a job application, an interview, and of course, there's a form in there. Um, my aunt, she read it, my Aunt Dot, and she's like, this is a little weird. She's like, you didn't mean to write this for high school kids, did you? And I'm like, no, Aunt Dot, it's for babies. It's like, anyway, it was funny because she was like, it's weird. It's kind of weird. And I'm like, well, I think I'm weird. Yeah, I'm a little weird, Nick. Yeah, it's a fly. You turn into a fly in the middle of the book. And the payment is thrown like food that has been thrown up on. So kids will be like, okay, wait, what? Then you're a fly, so you'll love it. It is weird. It is corny a little bit, but I absolutely love that little fly book. But I'm not gonna release it until next year. And it's like for second and third graders because the vocabulary. But it's to help them to start really filling out forms. Anyway, it's just my brain. Um, so I'm gonna start my timer, and if anybody pops in here on the chat, it's funny now that I've got to fix my banners. My last banner said I'm working um, on the Sunday Killer. Now I get to create a new banner. and it's going to be awesome. So let me create a banner really fast because people won't have a clue what is going on. So I'm calling this one my editing sprint. I'm working on the Fae of Averlee, and we'll be back soon to chat. Okay. There. Now, it was hilarious. Yesterday, I actually deleted the banner. Okay. Oh yeah, it'll be hilarious. All right, Nick, we're going. Okay, 20 minutes. Tish has all the fancy things. I have my cell phone. I love doing sprints with Tish. She's got the music. Tish, that music, I love it. It's not a distraction to me. Okay. There we go, guys. 20 minutes up. We've got 11 minutes. Oh, I just popped over. I see Allie popped in just to say hey. We've got 6 minutes on this one, Allie. Love you. Sent you a message on Facebook, by the way, about Grindemere Green. I want to make sure I've got the final copy. You want me to look? Three minutes, guys. All right, guys, we are back from our sprint. You guys got to let me know what you're up to, what you accomplished. When you do edits, it's really difficult to say, okay, I did this word count, or I'm working this, because you delete, you add to, and you move, and you shake things around, and you do the hokey pokey on this thing, and it's like, how do you really monitor it the same way if you're editing? So you just have that feeling of personal accomplishment that you're moving through the chapters. So in my mind, when I was doing The Sunday Killer, the adult novel, it was I wanted a chapter a day. Well, now that I'm in my middle grades work, a chapter a day, I mean, no, the chapters are shorter. Yeah, go 127. Good job, Nick. I can't wait. I hope you know, Nick, that I would love to read that children's book. Tish knows just how much I love children's books. And there will be times when I will just go online, go to Amazon, and just pull children's books. I'll go to my library app and just sit and read kids' books just to just get my mind unlocked. That's a great brainstorming technique for me, just to be able to get into another story really quick. Wow, Tish is on fire, y'all, and she's getting it out today. Because Tish has already done her sprints too. Awesome, Ann. Ann's got 209 words. Way to go, y'all. Yeah, Tish is eating breakfast, typing. I bet Tish has got some coffee somewhere around there too. We just ordered coffee last night. We ordered from this Seattle coffee company. I don't know if you've ever had that kind, guys, but I'm a Wicked Joe kind of person. But Solomon wanted some of the Seattle coffee, so we got some of that coming in the mail. So, yep, I figured, Tish. And Tish was like, "We're having a party Friday night." I'm like, "Well, we're probably having coffee." I had coffee last night. I actually made a pot of coffee. Yeah, the Seattle one. Yeah, Solomon had it in his notes section in his phone, his favorite ones. I don't know which ones he ordered. He just ordered them. Um, got them coming. We're getting 3 bags. That's all I know. We went to the college campus yesterday. It was so beautiful. That's why I jumped on really fast and did a quick writing sprint yesterday. I didn't stay long and I didn't have a chance to come back on. But we had to go to the bookstore, and I actually got a Carolina sweatshirt. Um, I was like, I told all my friends on Facebook, I was like, I won't let any of my NC State friends know, but I'm telling you, I work with tons of NC State and Carolina graduates. So it's going to be hilarious when I show up on a Friday or with college day. If I get to wear, if we have like a college day dress up, I'm going to wear Solomon's Tar Heels. It's going to be funny. Is sometimes when you get that blank moment, you just need to refresh. That's why I like the writing sprints, because it gives us a brain break. We can have timed brain breaks. We can hang out. We can talk a few minutes, and we can set the timer again, and we can jump right back into our work. I just think it's good. It gives us a chance to catch up with one another, and then know that we're holding each other accountable by editing or writing or projects or whatever it is we're working on. And it's when we know we're not alone, we've got each other here. Yep, I love it. So Anne's got her music going. Yeah, go Anne. So Tish has the fancy setup. I'm so proud of Tish. And Tish has her music and she has her timer. The one time I tried to do a timer is the time that YouTube was like, "You're banned for, like, 7 days," because I went to a video and I didn't know it. It was, I didn't realize about the copyright issue. I was like, "Doggone it." The one time I tried to do something like that, and I was like so then I moved to Twitch for a little bit and could only stream on Twitch until then it was, like, popped up, and then I could yeah, Tish. Tish is the tech queen. I always talk to Tish about tech stuff, she knows that. Nick, I hope you can join us for the WWJ writing. Yeah, just for a few days, it was like I got a thing for the copyright. It was like a pause. It was like I couldn't make live videos. It gave me a pause. Like, it almost it was like put me in timeout. Um, and it was the cutest little dog timer that had music with it. So whoever was out there, um, had created that, they were awesome. I wasn't trying to take it. I had it, like, up. I wasn't saying it was mine, but I didn't put it in the description or anything, so it was my bad. You live and you learn. But that was a while back. That was when I had first started Nick, and I didn't know what I was doing. But, yeah, Tish is always learning. Tish is always into it. Yeah, for me, I just am, like, old school when it comes to the writing sprints. I'm like, I love you guys hanging out with me. I love going live, but my phone is we're good to go. And then that means y'all could have your own music going. Anne's already got hers. Yeah, you need it, Nick. The conference is gonna be so awesome, and we're gonna have it all day. We're gonna start hanging out at, like, 8:30 just to welcome everybody. At 9 o'clock, we're gonna kick it off with a child author. The boys would love to see her. Um, her name is London Lowry. You can get her book on Amazon. I can show you London. She wrote this book, and her mom is helps her. I'm gonna share my screen, but the boys would love her. London and the 1,000 books. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it is free. I am so proud of London. She's 9 years old. She was, of course, it says she was 8 then. London and the 1,000 books. And it is so good. So super good. And she's a little entrepreneur. Yes. They haven't responded back yet in a while, so I sent out a message today. This week, it's today. Today's Wednesday. I emailed everybody on Monday, so I'm hoping they'll get back with me soon. But they have committed, so that's good. They'll do an opening. They're doing the opening party and then the closing party. Oh yeah, yeah, super nice. She's read 1,000 books. They did a big and she would ask for donations, and then they would give books to kids who were homeless so they could have their books. So she's an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. Super, super inspiring. But we've got talks throughout the day, and we've got Literary Agent and HarperCollins Christian Publishing talking about marketing, which all of us are like, okay, we cannot wait. Journal, notes, I'm going to be ready. We've got author friends who are going to be talking about inspirations, and we're going to do well-being. So we've got like Pooja. We've got so many people that are going to be. Oh yeah, she's on TV. Yeah, she's awesome. London is making waves, y'all. She was on my podcast, and Tish, I was telling you about Diana Needham. Diana connected me with London. Oh yeah, Daniel, that's my friend. Like Daniel's my friend. I met him through Diana Needham. Note to self guy? Yeah, Daniel Talley. He has his own YouTube channel, and he is a comedian. We're gonna have to hold him back. He's gonna be wild. He's a Christian comedy guy, and, uh, and he's preaching the message. He wrote a book. He went to Howard University, and he wrote a book, and his proceeds, all of it, he donates back to Howard. He also, has 2 other, um, charities that he donates. So he has 3 charities he splits between. But, like, super yeah, HBCU. Yeah, he's awesome. He's a great connection for you too, Nick. Yeah, you just tell him you message him on Facebook. You go out and reach out to him and tell him, that you know me. Daniel drove, uh, a long way to come to one of my book signings. It was so great, and I didn't know he was coming, and he didn't tell me, and we're sitting there, and I'm, doing all my thing, and I was doing, like, some lives to say, "Oh, I'm here at the book signing," and then I look up, and then there's Daniel. I'm like, "Yes!" So, it was so cool, and then we got to do a live together, and then I introduced his YouTube channel and all of that. But yeah, the note to self guy, he's awesome. Yeah, he's gonna do a lunch and learn. He's doing like a 20 minutes, why me, God? Um, I love the lunch and learns because yeah, it's gonna be great, Nick. The good thing too about the whole day is that we are recording it, so you guys can get that writing conference during the day, and then if you have to step away from the screen, you know that it's gonna be banked on our channels. It's either gonna be on Tish's channel, it's gonna be on my channel, it's gonna it's gonna be on Allie's, it's gonna be on one of the WWJ's channels, and then we're gonna have the playlist. It's gonna all be linked back to that playlist, and you guys, it's not gonna go anywhere. We're not gonna take it down, and you're gonna be able to just go back and rewatch it and just get tons of learning, but fun, and just hang out time with authors, which we love to do. You guys know we can hang out all day. I can hang out with you guys all day. And speaking of that, we also are supposed to be writing. You guys get me talking about the writing conference, and we won't be doing the writing sprint or the editing sprint, what I'm doing. Okay, so we're about to start 20 minutes again. Okay. All right, guys, get going. Okay, 20 minutes. Oh, Tish, I just popped over. We have 5 minutes left. I did a timeline yesterday too for the Fae. I love making the timelines on Canva. I already found a template and it looks like a cool, like a pattern. You would be like traveling like a map. Okay, we've got 4 minutes left. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the timer from making a loud ding and scaring us and say, welcome back. Our 20 minutes is up. You guys can let me know how far you got, what you're up to. I like to pop over every now and then and just see if someone new comes into the chat. And I see that Tish said she needed to make a timeline on Canva. That was very helpful for me when I was doing the adult thriller because I needed the case files for the lead investigative team. And I wanted those case files in order so that way if I ever referred back to them. And I did create one yesterday for the Fae just so I could go back and say, hey, that worked for this adult book. What if that works for this thriller too? I mean, for this fantasy too. I'm really moving at a fast pace. I'm on page 28 of 130 in my edits. I'm going to go and see what chapter I'm on. I love how I've titled these chapters. I did title these. I'm in chapter 10. So I have moved fast. Oh, wow. 300 words for Nick. And finished chapter 35. Tish has 560. Hey, Tish, what did you say earlier? One word at a time. So with me, I am doing still the Jamboard. Nick, I don't know if you've ever seen a Jamboard before, but I'm doing like keeping up with my word counts and my edits. And then like, so right now, let me see where I can see what I've done. It's really hard though. You can't because you're deleting and taking away. But I have added quite a few things today. I don't want this book to push over 32,000 words for my 4th through 6th grade. I don't want it any longer than that. I'm at 29,123 words right now. And yesterday I was at 28,000. Let's do an exact word count of what I've done. But I've been taken away too. So I've done 949 additional words. When I had the beta readers, you know, I kept the work. Tish, I don't know if you heard me say that, but it's really like this urgency. I think sometimes when we have comments, we'll say, oh, resolve, and we'll click them after we've done the work. I kept all of my beta reader comments because now when I'm going back in my round 3 edits, I've stepped away from it since June 4th. It brings to mind, oh, someone said that was a lovely line. That keeps me motivated. But then when somebody says, wait, you could add a little bit more description here, you know, that even though I've already went through and done that, if I do need to extend it a little more, that was like a little place that might have caused this like bells to go off that said you might need to extend. And so that's what I'm working on right now with my edits. But they only got through to chapter 12. So my beta readers went through chapters 1 through 12, had tons of people on it. They're from my other writing group, and we created kind of like a splintering group of fantasy writers. So the fantasy writers are all together beta reading each other's work. And it was for YA, but they accepted me into their YA circle because it's MG. So even though middle grades and YA is completely different target audience, if you love fantasy and you love writing for kids, then they welcomed me. So that's kind of the first 12 chapters so far. So I'm back into chapter I'm on chapter 10 right now, midway through. And then when my turn comes up again, so every week we release a certain amount of words, and one person gets to go and put their chapters up, but not the whole book because that can, get overwhelming with people. So since my chapters were so short, I released 12 at the beginning. And now, when people would go back in, they would pick up the next half of the book or a little section of the book, however many words we agree on the next time. So that's kind of how that beta reading is going, which I love it. Something different for me. Okay. So I want to go in and tell you guys, I was just looking at the last lines I wrote, and I love it when animals talk. So The Rapture Revolution was one of my favorite books, one of Sam's favorite books. And so in this one, I have a cast of characters, and I just love it. I love my fox the best, I have to tell you. I'm a little biased against this fox, Charlie. And I have Charlie and I have Barry. My best friend's last name is Newberry, so it's Barry, the beaver. And then I have a squirrel who's Samson, the mighty one. And I have Grandmother Cardinal. Cardinals are my favorite birds. I have a cardinal in every single room of my house. Anne said, the key Becca found is coming to play. Ooh, tying up loose ends, Anne. There you go. That's good, Anne. And so, guys, we have been hanging out for an hour and 18 minutes. I usually do an hour, but it's been so fun talking with y'all. But I am going to head off and, yes, yes, that's it. Nick asked me, is this one based on the pictures? Yes. And so I already wrote it. I wrote that. So I've written, I have 3 books now that I'm editing in editing phases now. I have The Fae of Averlee, which is where my animals come to life in the forest of Averlee in Bright Bush. Love this book. Then I have my horror comedy, which I absolutely love that one. But it's about a vampire, a witch, and a Frankenstein. And then I have The Sunday Killer that I just finished. Oh, thanks. I'm not an artist. I have no training, no skill whatsoever, but I love drawing them. And Charlie is the one that is keeping. I'm not going back. I'm not changing my beaver or my squirrel. They're the same. I used watercolor pencils. Allie, our friend Allie from Allie Likes to Write, she helped me pick my watercolor pencils and everything out on Amazon, and I bought like a $30 pack of color pencils, and I've been going to town. But yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah, you can beta read it too if you want to. You can just message me if you want to do a beta. I'm just edits on chapter 10 though. But I've got that little beta group going with it. And Dot is still beta reading The Sunday Killer, so I'm interested to see how that adult thriller worked itself out. Yeah, after I finish these edits, so I have my goals. I tell everybody, get your goals, get your deadlines, know what you're doing. I want to get through this round of edits. Yeah, it's fun, Nick. You just read it, you say, hey, this is cool, I like this, or, oh, wait, this doesn't make any sense at all. What did you mean by this? Like I had a comment, and they were like, wait, I'm confused. What did you mean? And I was like, yeah. Because sometimes, like in my head, I know exactly what I'm trying to say. And then when I try to put it out there on paper, It might not come out the same, but, yeah, you might like this one. Yeah, it'd be cool. It's a gr Hopefully, it will be in the future a great read aloud that you can have for for the boys. Even though, Patience is the main character, Sam comes into it, of course, named after my Sam. Um, Sam is her cousin, and I wrote this story actually for my niece, Patience, and her name, y'all, I'm gonna show you. Her name is spelled like this, and it looks like Prashantse, but it's actually Patience. That's how you say it. That's how it's spelled. And so Patience is the main. She asked me one day, "Can you write a story with me in it?" And so there we go. And so that's where Patience comes from, and her spelling is going to be that way. One time they went to the doctor, and you know how they'll come out, the nurse will come out and call, and they're like, "Pashantse, Pashantse." We we picked her a little bit about that. But yeah, Patience, my girl, my sweet girl. Her and Sam are like the best of friends. And so I honor that relationship in this book. Yes, Peyton and Patience. It would be. It would be, Tish. But well, all right, guys. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed day. I am closing off and gonna rest my brain some. I've been not only with you guys and then hung out with Tish and y'all again, but yeah, got to get back and I've got to get ready for the how to launch a book presentation tonight. It's going to be at 7, but I'm only doing it on Twitch. It's not going to be on YouTube. Um, and I'm going to be doing that for the people that have signed up on Eventbrite. So, all right, Nick's going to keep writing. Tish, you and Ann, y'all do y'all's things. All right, guys. Good. Go. That's what the point of these writing sprints are for, Nick. That's what happens. But I hope y'all have a great one. Yes, you can sign up for Twitch. It's free. Tish loves Twitch too. You talk to Tish about it. All right. All right. Bye, guys.